So minority stress is the kind of health implications associated with being part of a minority. And there is a sense of the kind of discrimination and prejudice that people experience as a result of their marginalisation is what leads to a greater stress on the body itself, if you like. So what are systems of oppression and how might they contribute to discrimination and prejudice? So systems of oppression are any system that's designed to hinder a specific group or individual, again, normally a minority or a marginalised group of people, from accessing the resources and privileges available to individuals who are not part of that community. So each person will react really differently to experiences of kind of how the systems of oppression impact them. There is no kind of one size fits all, and I don't think it's something that you can really trace or kind of necessarily understand why this individual has had this kind of reaction as opposed to someone else. I think for marginalised people, trauma is something that it's really hard to be sure. It's really hard to be sure that you have experienced discrimination or prejudice in society oftentimes, because it's ingrained, because it's unconscious, because it's not something that's necessarily overt. Sometimes it's overt, in which case it's really easy. But when it's not overt, when it's more kind of hidden or insidious, so when it comes out through things like microaggressions, that makes it really difficult for people to kind of notice the impact it can have, because it's often a cumulative impact over time. I think the first thing that I would say is that it's really important for people who have some kind of marginalised identity to have the opportunity to be in dialogue and conversation and to get support from people who have similar lived experiences as they do. So it's not to say that that if you don't share the same marginalised identity that you can't help someone, but it's just to say that while that help might be really valuable, that there is something about being able to speak to someone who has had similar lived experience to you that can be incredibly affirming and supportive for you if you're someone who is going through some kind of equality related trauma.